All right, hello again, everybody. We are back. It's your friend Will. This is the Memory Lapse, and we're doing one last push here. We'll give it another 20-25 minutes. See if we can get this +2 win margin with red deck, and complete the grind to plat, and then decide. I guess we'll see what plat is like if and when we ever get there. On the play, I think we're fine with this. We have Shock for like an early elf. Yeah, otherwise, we've got Pyromancer coming down. Yeah, Pyromancer is, I think, the most efficient use. Oh, so I'm guessing, yeah, it's some kind of Turbo Fog deck. Alright, so we're going to want to save this burn. They haven't shown us white yet, so they need consecutive white sources to threaten to settle the wreckage on our Phoenix. Oh, that does it. I think we're still just getting the Phoenix into play, and then we'll decide how much we're going to play around settle depending on what they do. Alternatively, we could have like struck or shocked there to grow the Lava Runner to get in some more damage. With them charting, though, it looks like we're going to have a nice swing here. With the expectation that they're probably going to have a fog effect of some kind. Huh. Nope, they're just going to gain another 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. So we just get them for 11 here and hold the Steamkin back. Yeah. I guess we hold the Steamkin back as some kind of Wrath insurance. Though I guess if they tap out for Wrath, the Phoenix comes back. It's not that good for them. I guess they're going to have a plus here and a fog. But if we find a 3 damage burn spell on top, the fog's no good. Oh, actually, okay, that's right. That's how that works. Alright, so let's attack like this. And see what form of prevention they have here. It's Root Snare. I guess there's some value in having this in play if we top deck a Frenzy. This also puts us on only needing to draw another 2 damage effect. So a Pyromancer, a Shock, or anything bigger than that kills them unless they have actual like gain 3 life or gain 4 life in their deck. They're definitely at a precarious life total, but if their deck is kind to them, they can turn the corner really hard here and close the game out pretty quickly, I would guess. And in fact, it looks like the way that they're kind of pausing here, I'm guessing they're doing Nexus math. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like if they Nexus and plus, like, you know, they could potentially chain stuff. It's just a question of how far they can go. without a flip Discanta in play, it's not nearly as much of a sure thing. Alright, this is almost as good as Nexusing from a fog deck standpoint. Alright, so that's a big blank. I guess we send with 6 here. Alright, and they have another fog. And now we're in trouble. The triple gift draw is pretty nice. That's the difference between them being at 8 and -1. Nexus. How many cards here? Why is it showing me the Convoke thing? 5, okay. I don't want the tooltip for Convoke, I just want to know how many cards in the graveyard. Alright, I mean, there is a chance that they fizzle here. I think it's small, but there's a chance, and since we're so close to plat, if we can somehow steal this game, if we somehow get another turn, it does feel, I mean, I feel like if they let us attack, it just means they probably have found another fog. Alright, they just kind of found it. 38 cards left in their deck. Between the fogs and the nexuses, assuming they run, well, I mean, they could be on a build that only runs 2. I have seen that as low as 2. So I'm assuming they're probably going to push almost anything here to flip the Nexus or to flip the Escanta. Yeah, since Sabotage is not very good. Yeah, they ulted. Alright. Yeah, we got pretty close. The 9 life gain was really hard. Ichi, don't go back in the room. You need to get up. You can't just lay in the bed all day. At some point you have to move to the couch and lay on the couch all day. Alright, on the play, we'll keep this. There's the Chain Whirler. I don't think this is the name of the person we just played. I hope not. So yeah, that fog deck is probably the next deck that I'll do. I don't know how many sets I'm going to do with it because it's obviously going to be slower. I guess we can see what the average game length is after the first 10 games or so. And we'd have to do the math because, like, if the average game length is like 3 minutes longer, like how much more, what kind of win rate do you need to justify switching to that deck, right? Because right now we're at close to 60% with this deck. They opting for land here. And they played check land. Yeah. This is an interesting inclusion. So this is telling me that they could be some kind of also like Nexus deck. That's my suspicion when I see a card like this. Alright, so they're at a low enough total here. Yeah, so they are some kind of Nexus deck. Uh-oh. What happens? Like, it turns to 7:30 and everyone's just like, alright, time for Nexus. Alright, so I think from a mana spending point of view, we need to do this. I'm going to play around Settle the Wreckage. Another Ritual. Come on. I want to preserve that damage. We are pressing pretty hard here. But they've hit the magic number of lands where they can start... Oh, they're digging for something. Settle's out of the equation now, and we know that there's no white fogs from when I was looking at building this deck. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I guess the question is, do they have another gain? They have Seal Away here. Revitalize. So 4. Alright, we still got them. As long as they don't have... Yeah. Here, Ichi. Come on, sit in your bed. There you go. Why does that, like, quarter inch of height make a difference to you, huh? Alright. So we scrapped out one against the Gain Life deck. So I'm guessing that was an Esper Amulet deck with Nexus. Similar to what we played a little bit on stream, and I posted like a pretty like long video. Well, that was just a blue-white build. It's the person that we played recently. No. Looks like they... No, they didn't mulligan. Okay. Well, we're going to curve up into our Phoenixes here. And hope that they're enough. This card has been quite good, except for the fact that it has a habit of being right on top of my deck the turn that I play Experimental Frenzy. And then it just goes right into hand and never does anything. Alright, so I guess we just strike this. So we don't lose our creature. And so they don't get to, like, suit it up with an enchantment next turn. Phoenix, I think, is going to be good at racing this deck. And it blocks in the air. 3-drop. I think we just kill this. We won this matchup before just playing as the control deck. Keeping them off of drawing. But yeah, I think we just go Phoenix into Phoenix. This also means that they can't, like, have a counterspell here for us, which is good. Phoenix into Frenzy should be more than enough. Oh, yeah. I think we're even just attacking here. Okay. So they're on maybe a more budget build of Mono Blue Tempo. RIP to them. They were, I think, in gold 5, being paired with us. All right, this is it. This is potentially plat right here. Let's get expectations. I mean, expectations should be through the roof. Obviously, this is going to be a win. It's destiny. Our account got whitelisted. Ichi, did our account get whitelisted? Huh? 60% win rate. Must be whitelisted. Oh, you're just going to go to bed, huh? You had a big breakfast. On the play, this is pretty appealing. This hand looks pretty scripted. Another reason to play the deck. I don't know if anyone saw like Paulo Vitor's latest article. I don't think it was behind a paywall because I think it was on Channel Fireball about ranking decks from easiest to hardest to play. And he ranked red deck second or third easiest to play, behind or being slightly harder than the white-red and white-green decks in the format. Okay. Argument maybe to hold this to pop a explore creature. So I think we're almost certainly playing Frenzy here. So we'll just Wizard's Lightning this Midnight Reaper. They take a damage. They draw a card that we don't really care that much about. Yeah, as much as it would be nice to get the 2/2 into play, I think that the value of Frenzy is too high. Put them down to 9, so we can just runner, burn spells. This is a blank, so we don't mind drawing it. Yeah, I think this is all just going face. Okay. And they need to have epic bacon life gain here. Alright. Don't know if that really does it. Frenzy is sad. Frenzy doesn't do anything for us. I'm a little worried that they did find this back, but I think they had open mana that they could have played the 1/3, but maybe they wouldn't because they don't want us to bolt the 1/3 before it comes down. So I am a little concerned that they're going to gain some life here. Yep. Alright, so they're just going to go to 5. We're still a fair shot to kill them here. Actually, like, Chain Whirler now becomes super lethal with Midnight Reaper in play. Don't let me down, Frenzy. Wow. Oh, not like this. It was so good. No, I can't deal with land frenzy nonsense. Not in my game going to plat. Why would you do this to me? Why is my account not whitelisted? They go to 10. This is so disappointing. It is games like this that make me think sometimes cutting this to 3 makes sense, because we do run into this situation where we play one and then there's just like 2 on top, but I guess the numbers are such that that's not supposed to happen too often, right? All right, so did they actually just give us an opening to win? Potentially. They must have a kill spell, because there really is not a good reason to attack with everything. Yeah, brick, brick, brick. Okay. That's so tilting. To put them to 2 and then just brick for 3 turns in a row with Frenzy is... That's hard. But there you go. Frenzy's not a guaranteed win, even when it's scripted like that. I guess the one thing we could have done differently there... Well, the difference was going to be between... No, it's not really that big of a difference on the play. This is super loose, but we had the lands we need to cast anything that we draw, and we have to just hope we don't flood out. This is definitely on the bottom end, but I still think that this is probably better than 6 with a deck like this, where you need all your pieces. Alright, in the red deck mirror match, I think this is much better. I think we even delay playing the Steamkin a turn, so that we can play it and play Shock to grow it against like a Chain Whirler potentially. They could be on the more controlling red deck based on the pace that they're playing. And here comes like Lava Strike or Lightning Strike for the Steamkin. Yeah, it's just Shock. I guess we could have been super cautious and like waited 2 turns and that turn done Pyromancer. Oh, this is so bad. I mean, it would have been bad no matter what, because Chain Whirler. So now we're on Frenzy or Bust. Another Chain Whirler. Yeah. Alright, I guess we were not destined to win this mirror match. I mean, maybe we do have to mulligan hands like that that just are so vulnerable to any interaction. Well, this is not bad. We get to like take out both their Chain Whirlers here, but they're still at 4 cards. Oh, weird. So they are on a slightly bigger build. Ugh. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble. Land off the top. Just concede here. Alright, we'll do one more and then we have to get going. Man, what a tease. What a tease of a set of games. Taking us right up there, just edging us all the way to platinum. Giving us a sick hand, and then breaking us out, and then having us lose a mirror match. Actually, I think they were on like probably a map build. I think that's good. You always make them have the shock, but then they always have it. Oh, in this case, it's going to be Moment's Craving. Yeah, this matchup has been really miserable every time I've played against it, because they just have all the life gain removal, and then they almost always have like the timely discard spell or counter spell to keep you from actually winning off of a frenzy. I think my win rate against this deck has been abysmal, but my win rate with it has also been abysmal, so I'm not tempted to switch over. Every time I've played it, I've just played all against a bunch of control decks where I'm sitting on empty, like just sitting on Moment's Cravings that do nothing. Alright, so they gave us an opening to resolve Phoenix if we draw land here. We don't. That would be too good. Yeah, and here's that timely discard spell. So punishing us for missing a land drop. Taking the Phoenix out of our hand. I mean, imagine if we had just like played the Phoenix last turn. It would have been so good. With them not having double black either. We're chipping them down, but this is the point where they usually stabilize. They could play a Nicol Bolas here, make us discard our risk factor. We no longer have good attacks. Another Moment's Craving. Blank. I guess we just risk factor them here while they're tapped out. I mean, look, I guess the way that they're playing, their hand is very bad, so there's a chance that we can get back in it. So if they take 4 here, they go to 9. Then they take 3 more, they go to 6. So there is a shot that they just let us draw. Yeah, okay, so they go to 6. Which means this next risk factor, assuming it resolves, is almost certainly going to give us cards. They just see a pair of 1-drops. Okay. Kind of interesting they took this one, since this one potentially has haste for 2 damage. They evaluate the top of their deck. Wow, Doom Whisperer to the bottom. Hmm. Hmm. So if we go for this and they counter it, I guess we do it like this. Which they're contempting, so we risk factor here so they cannot counter it. We'll discard this Lava Runner since it's far from haste once we play the risk factor. So they're gaining 2 to 8, but then they don't think they want to take 4 down to 4, because then the Lava Runner drops them to 3. So I imagine they're giving us the cards here, unless their hand is full of life gain. Alright, that's a little scary. Maybe they figured they need to make bold moves to win. They could have another contempt. Yeah, okay, so they go up to 5. And they have to do that there, so that way we don't have like instant speed. kill spell or damage spell. I mean, it would be kill their face. This is flipping, and it costs them a lot of mana to activate it. Oh, so brutal. Our opponent just having it. This lets us top deck. It's kind of a top deck. So they can dig for a counter. They've gone through how many contempts? 3? Jeez. 2 contempts and 2 moments craving. Again, 8. So if they Eldritch Reborn this, we still have top decks. It looks like they're going for it. They need this to be a counter spell. It's not. Okay, top deck, sort of. Put him down to 1. They have another craving. Oh my gosh. I was thinking of holding it back, but I was like, no way they're going to draw their 3rd craving. Yeah, if we'd held it back, we actually would win right here. What a tilter. In which the opponent just has a way to kill a creature and gain 2 life every turn. This was looking so good, but like I said, like I just never beat this deck because this is how the draws always go. It just seems game after game, it's kill spell, gain life, kill spell, gain life, top deck, kill spell, gain life. Don't really know what to do about it. I mean, now they have moment craving on Doom Whisperer to gain life, Chain Whirler. Yeah, I guess we just scoop, right? Like, they're gonna kill us now. They're at a virtual 5. It's gonna be very hard to catch them without the mana for this because they've played a lot of lands. And they have us on a 4-turn clock. Main phase activating Ascanta, that's a lot of confidence. So we can never win with a creature. We're not even drawing live to a research because oh, now we are with the mountain, but it takes like an extra turn for that to get going. Yeah, it was just a loss. That's super rough. They just had it at every step of the game there. Although I think the stats say like my win rate is actually even. It feels like I've never beaten that deck because it's just always like that. Let's see. This little like identifier is not quite very good because it says I've only played against Grixis once, which is not true. I've played against it many times. So it must have been filtering some of these into like other archetypes. This is so bad. I wish that they had like figured out a better way to talk about, to like present these stats. Also, wait, what the heck? It also does this weird thing where it spills the reporting over. So like a lot of the games that I played yesterday got moved to today. But I wonder if that's a time zone thing. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right, well, that's it for this one. Super disappointing. I think we ended up one worse than we were. Yeah, we ended up actually net minus a game after some super close losses and getting right there to win. So yeah, I mean, this will probably be the last video we do. If I have time tonight, I'll probably just try to get to plat with this deck if I can find an hour or two. I don't know. Actually, I shouldn't say that because I don't think I can move off this deck until I get to platinum. The win rate's too good in general. The games are too quick. And, you know, when I play in the morning, I really can't afford not to be recording. So it's a choice between giving you guys no video or giving you a video of me playing red deck. And it'll probably be the latter. And I don't know if I'm necessarily going to get to like do a music stream tonight. So all that being said, potentially there will be a third day of this, and maybe we'll get to 100 games, and then we can like look at the 100 games and see if we find anything interesting there. But yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're not fatiguing too much on Mono Red. And yeah, please remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll be back again tomorrow with another video.